Hi, my name is Steven Espa. In focusing on a specific population this semester, I've found a passion for middle school to high school age students. Um, my health education research intervention topic is focused on the adolescents and how drug and violence and the area they are growing up in can drastically be changed if focused onto something better than all the negative brokenness in the world around them. So, in seeing just how drugs and violence affected just one particular neighborhood close to mine, uh, Kingsburg, New Jersey, just being able to study on the adolescents and how students are still really malleable and can learn to do good versus doing wrong. It just takes the right person to be in their lives to push them in the right directions. These students are really athletic. They love to play sports as often as possible. So a garden wouldn't be the only option to help this community flourish. And plus, it's also just a good way to stop playing such like aggressive sports at times, because some parents would prefer that they don't play sports or just find a different hobby. And yeah, and some kids like they can be difficult. They're full of energy, but using this energy to just focus and hone their skills on something new, it's a way they can grow out of it and just create something amazingly beautiful through gardening. And understanding what is causing Kingsburg to become more and more of an unwanted area to live in or be associated with has just like showed me personally like why not giving up on an area but focusing on helping the community as a whole is important. It's like just seeing how there are many different ways to help this community, not just in cleaning up the area, but motivating them, pushing them to pursue their dreams, and just encouraging the kids. And yeah, it's really cool. This is also an issue that happens around the world, which is sad and difficult. But in working on it throughout the world, seeing the benefits can help produce more of these type of programs. And so, I don't know. I think it's just something that, as more of these gardens appear, it just helps improve the world not only like through the next coming generations, but through just like health wise, just the way the community is run, and just also shows commitment and value. Community garden also serves as a way to get healthy fresh fruits and vegetables. They also offer like just beautiful greenery. It builds a different type of physical activity, and it even helps just revive the beauty of public parks because, as I've seen, there's just an abundant amount of parks that could be refurbished and renewed. Where was I? Good thing for the magic of digital editing. Holy cow. A community garden is a place that helps promote healthy habits. And so, like, personally, I'm not a very healthy person. I dislike eating just any form of vegetables. But learning about them, learning to just understand how to eat better, it's a pretty solid thing to do at a community garden. But if you're already healthy in the physical sense, learning to understand what working as a community looks like as you share space together, because the community garden isn't just a garden for yourself. It's in the title, community. And having a garden will not only increase the morale in the community, but also help provide fresh and healthy foods close to home. And also it wouldn't be as expensive because you're paying for it yourself by growing it in your own garden, and it's pretty cool. It just also beautifies the area and decreases violence. And like when you're walking past a park that's pretty beat up, it's not gonna boost your morale. But if you walk past a very vibrant green, filled with different types of colors, just growing in flowers and seeing butterflies, it's like it just makes you happier. And sharing with the community that having a community garden would decrease the violence and strengthen the bonds of the community to seek the better of their own community. I feel like families would just want that because families often want what's best for their children, and so raising them in a safer environment where they can grow to be good members of a society instead of join a gang or have a criminal record, because that's not usually what parents want for their kid. You know, making a form, having it developed, and just like setting up measurable like goals, just what you'd want to get out of a community garden. And so what are some adequate goals of like maintaining your plot of garden, field, not garden, and just seeing what's lacking and just even being able to help improve this whoever's currently lacking in it. And the guidelines are also important. Just staying in your own area. Don't go robbing the person next to you's stuff or stomping on someone else's because theirs looks nicer than yours. But like being a community, sharing your knowledge of gardening, and if you learn something, just sharing that forward. And it's a good way just to share wisdom and knowledge of what you're learning through gardening. And it's quite meditating and peaceful. And one of the harder steps is setting up disciplinary actions and termination procedures. Like, it's important because if people aren't following your guidelines, then like you gotta have some form of action. Like, all right, like if you're not taking care of this, like you're gonna have to either pay more or like get someone else to like take over or just like open the plot for someone else. And this also just wraps up with having a schedule where one like just checks how everyone's doing and like evaluating them and seeing how they are going, making sure that the garden is running the way it should be. It's like having volunteers, having people on staff if need be, and yeah. And so my goal for this would be just like having the community growing, violence and crime being lower than it already is, and making Keansburg a place that is viewed for the good that it has to offer versus the negative views that it currently has, and that the youth of today will be able to grow to improve the community of tomorrow by breaking old generational habits. And yeah.